Why the two he-goats?
It represents Yeshua. Both goats represent Yeshua. You've got when Barabbas and Yeshua were being selected, when Yeshua was presented before the people by Pontius Pilate. He said, which one do you select? And they were both presented before the people. People chose Barabbas. Barabbas is Aramaic. Bar is son in Aramaic. Ben is son in Hebrew. So Barabbas is son in Aramaic, son of the father. Bar Abbas, son of the father. Now the writings of Josephus say that Barabbas' first name was Yeshua. So you had Yeshua Bar Abbas, son of the father, and then you had Yeshua, son of the Most High God, his father. That's one comparison. And we know that you had one goat that was offered as a sin offering, and you can identify Yeshua in this scenario between himself and Barabbas. He was the sin offering. But the crux is the understanding. It ties to Yeshua, both goats. The second goat that was taken into the wilderness, but beforehand, they put their sins on the goat and sent them away. And it was symbolic that they were no longer, sins would no longer be seen in their midst. What they would do is they would push the goat off the cliff so that the goat would never come back. But it's interesting, Yeshua fulfilled those things. Going back to when Yeshua was baptized by John the Baptist, the first thing when he saw Yeshua, he said, "Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world." Immediately after he was baptized, the Lamb who takes away the sins of the world, he goes into the wilderness, much like the scapegoat goes into the wilderness. Azazel actually means the scapegoat. So Yeshua, after he was being baptized, identified as the Lamb that takes away the sins of the world, goes into the wilderness. And who does he encounter? But he encounters Hasatan. And he has that encounter. What does Hasatan tell him to do? Takes him up to the pinnacle of the temple and says, "Throw yourself off of here." Put the connection here. Just like the tradition of pushing the goat off of the cliff. When he comes out of the wilderness, what's the first thing that he does is he goes to Nazareth, and in the temple there, he proclaims, "This is the acceptable year of the Lord," where he sets captives free, much like the scapegoat. That once the goat would go into the wilderness, it's like their sins were removed and they were set free from their sins. He comes out of the temple, and the first thing they want to do is they want to throw him off the cliff outside the temple in Nazareth. So you've got another example of who Yeshua is representing, both goats. He represents obviously the sin offering goat, but he also represents the scapegoat that was, the sins were placed on him, much like when they laid their hands on Yeshua and tried to push him off a cliff. Much like they laid their hands on the scapegoat and imparted their sins upon the scapegoat and sent him off in the wilderness, same way with Yeshua, they put their hands on him, tried to push him off. It wasn't his time. He was fulfilling the scapegoat prophecy here in Leviticus 16.